Okay, there's the, wait, how do I do this? There's the background. Oh, crap, that was yesterday's background. All right, let's see. Where's the go live button on this thing? Let me go find the videos. All these videos are named wrong. What is that light up at the top? Oh, frack. Am I live? Hello? Shoot, I didn't even find the video. Where's the starting video? Hold on. Wait, that's not it. 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 Is it this one? No, no, no. That says Thirsty Thursdays. Is this? No, it can't be. Oh, good God, Loki, can you like rename these properly, please?
Security checking buttons, please stand by.
Welcome back to Skyland.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
The penetrator. Ah, come on, look, because I always went the farthest end of the target, goddammit. Libya, Tunisia, Lebanon, it was me, pal. I was always first in, last out.
This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open.
Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Hello? Oh, Oh, it's the morning show. Hello, everyone. Hello, Valhalla. Shout out to you, one and all. Hold on. Where's my camera thingy? All right, there we go. Camera's on now. Good God. Look at that sunlight glistening through the morning. Holy hellfire. Look, everybody. I'm wearing my cowboy hat. I don't know why, but I'm wearing it's because I'm having a bad hair day. See, look at that bad hair day. Haven't done the hair yet. Have not hit the shower. Good morning, Valhalla. It is YouTube Wednesdays. Shout out one and all. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to all 20, 30 of you that are here in the chat joining Mexican Iron Man for what is a tortilla flat Wednesday. Flat because that is what the top of my head looks like. Look, I have a flat top today. Yes, indeed, I do. And yeah, the stream just barely got set up because guess what? I'm not a YouTuber. Hello. Not a YouTuber, people. Not a YouTuber. Nope. So Loki leaves. He leaves a Mexican in charge. And of course, you're going to get Mexican results. So about a half hour ago, I started getting texts from Mark. Dude, the stream's not set up. Dude, oh, where are you? I'm like, Mexican Iron Man was having his breakfast. In fact, this morning, Paul Chato is here at my house this week. And this morning, he made breakfast for all of us. It was quite nice. So he's downstairs getting ready. He might be making an appearance here shortly. Right now, he's getting ready for the day ahead. We're going to be later streaming on Midnight's Edge, making everybody jelly that two online personalities are. It's cool because you have the Canadian YouTuber, the non-YouTuber Mexican, the Mexican non-YouTuber, and together we are fortifying a friendship bond of unity. Yes, indeed, we are. So without further ado, let's say good morning to everybody in the chat. Let's shout you out, and hopefully I'll catch everybody. Let's see here. We got Project. We, of course, got the mods. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to Mephisto. Morning, Keely Chow. Keely Chow, great job with the Atlanta Braves. I don't know why we sent you our players if you guys can't win a playoff, can't get to the World Series, you weirdos. Atlanta Braves. Snorter Porpoise, Qberg, Chris Perza, Mark the Infinitely Tired, Josh Project, Storytime, Penny, hello. Shout out to the Mad Doctor, Adega Outlaw. How are you, sir? Let's see who else we got. We got Man Squatch in the chat, Southern Viking, Mephisto's movie reviews. Who else? Cocho Dragon, morning to you, and so many others. So I don't really have a topic, of course, because this is Loki's Mornings of Mischief. So why would I have a topic on the morning show? Because here at Loki's Mornings of Mischief of Valhalla, we don't produce shows. We just get up and talk about whatever's on our mind. Yeah, that's what we do here. So that's what we're going to do today. So I am going to talk to you. Mark the Infinitely Tired says, how I spent Wednesday morning making fun of Mike in team chat. Yes, they were making fun of me in the private DM group that we have on Twitter, making fun of the Mexican. I call racism. Yes. And as we can see by this picture, I am oppressed. Not only is the man oppressing me, but the white hat of oppression sits atop my head, keeping me down and oppressing me, because oppression is the name of the game these days here in Hollywood, on YouTube lands, and everywhere else. Anyway, so not sure what you guys want to talk about. I'm pretty much just going to, oh, we got a super chat that just came in too. Sakadorf 9, $5 super chat says, howdy y'all. Everyone COT 3 appointments today. Have a kick-ass COT 3. What does that mean? What's a COT 3? Who knows what a COT 3 is? Colon? No. What? COT 3 appointments today. Anybody in the chat? Help? What does that mean? COT 3 appointments today. Have a kick-ass day. I don't know. Anyway, by the way, this hat here, Psychodorf 9 helped me pick out this hat. When I went to go visit them all, and when we went to Utah, met up there, and then crossed the border and went into parts of Idaho. So this is my cowboy hat. Got it at a store. Can't remember the name of the store, but yeah. So that was pretty cool here. So we're gonna do a little skull here for Psycho Dwarf 9. Not sure what his favorite one is, but why don't we go with this one? Woo! Woo! You keep the fires burning in Valhalla, even on a Wednesday, the middle of the week, when Mexican Iron Man does not even want to be awake, let alone live streaming. But I told Loki, I said, look, your wedding gift, besides me showing up to the wedding on time, it's gonna be, yeah. I mean, how narcissistic is that? Where I'm like, hey, your wedding gift is me. Woo! Um, I told him his wedding gift is me running the live show for 5 days in a row, the week that he's gone, so he can enjoy his vacation and not worry about anything. So here we go. It's a Mexican Wednesday. Oh, we got clarification from Psycho Dwarf 9, who sends in another $5 super chat. Says, I got 2 VA appointments and an optometrist. Okay, so he's going to be able to see and hopefully get some much needed medical attention. All right, Psycho Dwarf 9, who, by the way, Psycho Dwarf 9 attended a tactical training with me. And I think one of the funniest things I ever heard someone say is that he made this joke. He says, I was looking for failure. And what failed was the body. It was, I can't remember. Was it really hot or really cold? I can't remember, but it was pretty miserable. And frankly, of the tactical training that we did, I'd say a good 4 hours of it was spent lifting and working around a, God, I don't know, 10,000-pound truck that we had to change the tire to because we got a flat in the middle of nowhere. Man, I swear my back didn't work right for like weeks after that. And poor Psycho Dwarf 9, he was the one doing most of the heavy lifting, literally, including getting underneath the car and getting the brackets attached and all that other stuff. Now, I see some of you are talking smack in the chat. I see. Project Storytime. Mike's gift to Loki with so many pictures of the violinist. Okay, you know what? I'm watching you. I'm watching you in the chat, Josh. Project Storytime. I see this comment here, right here. I see that. That's not very safe space oriented. Not very safe space oriented. Not happy with that comment. Not happy at all. In fact, I'm going to put you on mental timeout, where I'm going to tell my mind to not read or look at anything that you've got going on. Snorter Porpoise Cuber says, Mexican Iron Man, they probably thought you were there to deliver the catered tacos and to trim the hedges. Well, you know what? That's probably not entirely not untrue, or not. That's probably not. Well, wait, hold on. That's not entirely inaccurate, because when I showed up dressed in white, I'm not sure what they thought, how they made it, because unbelievably in Key West, there are not a lot of Mexicans. In fact, the service industry overwhelmingly is foreigners, mostly women, and they've all got European accents. Now, Mexican Iron Man will state that his biggest challenge of the morning that day wasn't how to get to the secret VIP island. The mystery that Mexican Iron Man faced was, how is Mexican Iron Man going to tear himself away from his hotel, which was fully staffed with smoking hot little cutie pies from Eastern European countries that were very customer service and oriented and very friendly. Yes, this was the struggle that Mexican Iron Man faced. Mexican Iron Man had to say himself, yes, self, you have a wedding to attend today. I know, but look at all the hot little European cutie pies. Mexican Iron Man, you will ignore the smoking hot Eastern European girls that are working all over the hotel, from changing the rooms to the front desk to the kitchen and the buffet, including the chef. You will ignore those smoking hot Eastern European girls, Mexican Iron Man, for lo, although you are single, you have a mission to do today. I know, but the mission isn't until the wedding's not until 7. I have until 5 o'clock to get to the island. It's only 8 in the morning. Mexican Iron Man, I don't want to hear any excuses. It's 8 a.m. You need to shower, get ready, get your plan of action, make sure your clothes are ready, and get to that wedding on time, because Loki's counting on you. But Mexican Iron Man has needs. Mexican Iron Man, you sit down. You sit down and you focus. You sit there and you have your scrambled eggs and your turkey sausage. And I know they don't have tortillas, so you're not happy, but you're going to enjoy this breakfast here at the Hilton, and you're going to be happy about it. And you're going to stop looking around. But no, there's so many things to look at. Oh, no. You finish your breakfast, Mexican Iron Man. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a recreation of the talk that I had with myself at breakfast on Friday morning. And that is how Mexican Iron Man found the inspiration in order to press ahead and move forward with being best man for the wedding. So, but yeah, when I showed up, I don't know if they knew what to make of me. Actually, it's funny. The first when I showed up to the boat dock, the first thing they did is that they asked me, "Am I excited for? Am I excited about the special day?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, but I'm not the one getting married because I boarded the staff dock. So okay, so there's two docks. There was the staffing dock, and then there's the fancy pants dock, which had the bigger boat. So Mexican Iron Man. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I'm Mexican. I just naturally grifted over towards the where the staff was. You know why it probably was is because the staff was mostly European smoking hot chicks dressed in black. I'm having a moment of self-realization. Like I could have gone right, I could have gone left, and I went to where. Interesting. I need to discuss this with my therapist. If I had one, ha ha ha. Anyway, so they're like, "Are you excited for today?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's lovely out here." They're like, "No, but I mean, how? I mean, is this your first marriage?" And I'm like, "You mean wedding?" They're like, "Yeah." And I mean, I didn't know what they were getting at. I'm like, "No, this is actually my second." They're like, "Oh. Well, maybe this time you'll find love." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm not the one getting married." They're like, "Oh, we thought you were the groom." And I'm like, no, I am not the groom." Because I was, dressed in the thing that you guys saw the picture on Twitter probably already. I'm like, "No, I'm not the one getting married." And they're like, "Oh, we thought you were the one getting married." I'm like, "No." And then Mexican Iron Man, of course, turned it around like, "Are you married?" She was. Yeah, she said her husband was still in college and stuff. So, but Mexican Iron Man providing those what we would call ambassadorial relations to the people of Key West. Just getting to know other folks. Oh, we've got some super chats and some member chats that came in while I was talking to myself. Script Doctor says, "This is the best conversation between one person I have seen in a long while." Why, thank you, Script Doctor. And of course, we are unscripted here at Loki's Mornings of Mischief because scripts are banned on this channel and we don't plan ahead for anything. We just literally turn on the mic and go. Snowdove for $2 says, "Mike Roch says he misses you." Well, Mike Roch can F off. Okay. Mike Roch is, look, nothing against the LGBTQ puppet community, but Mexican Iron Man says that Mike Roch can F off, though he did give me a t-shirt that I like. It's very comfy. Okay. Mark the Infinitely Tired has been a member for 31 months. Since did the boat driver ask, "Were you the kitchen help going to the island, Mike?" No, because I was dressed too fancy. That did not happen. But they did ask me if I was there to get ready. Chris Perza, I don't appreciate comments like this. I knew it. Mikey was drawn to her by her wedding ring, and with that, her hotel window began to quiver. You know what? I'm gonna take my hat off and I'm gonna beat you over the head with a 2x4 with my cowboy hat. You stop that commentary. You know what? I'm here on a mission of the Lord. Okay. I'm here as a special envoy to you Valhalla people. So I need a little bit more safe space from you people. Okay. Especially the mods. Can I get a little support from the mods here? This isn't easy. I'm like co-piloting solo and I'm not even a YouTuber. I barely know what I'm doing. I do got to tell you on the dashboard, but like where all the videos are, I'm starting to rename all the videos because Loki's totally disorganized and I don't know what any of these damn videos are. There's like no central conviction. Snowda for $2 super chat says, "Mexican Iron Man, where is the body of El Perro? Is he dead?" Good question. Now, as many of you may have seen, there was a rematch between Mexican Iron Man and El Perro de Rivera, the cotton puppet Antifa leftist commie sympathizer that has been talking smack about me. Now, his comments have been hurtful. His comments have been demeaning. But somehow I find a way to persevere. So anyway, I met him in a parking lot, beat the crap out of him, like pulled on his nose. I grabbed his ears. It was basically a complete and total Mexican beatdown. Okay. I didn't even need my lightsaber. Okay, guys, gals out there, I didn't even need my lightsaber. And I basically like blew him apart. Okay. So, but then I turned around and there was like this like little army of Chihuahuas. and they dragged him off into like the gutter or the sewer. I don't know. It was almost like that scene from like God, what was that movie from like a billion years ago? Ghost. It was almost like when like Chihuahua demons like just appeared from the shadows, and then they just bit onto El Perro's lifeless cotton puppet body, and they just dragged him off into, I don't know, some other dimension. Oh, that's the light. No wonder it's so bright. So some other dimension from hell. So I think El Perro de Rovere has been banished into um, the nether realms. And we hopefully will never see him again, because I did beat the snot out of him. Though I will tell people who have asked, I think I might have been within a mile or two of a pet cemetery in Southern California. In fact, I would argue that all of California is a pet cemetery, because everybody's walking around pretty damn lifeless. Yep. Mike Pacific 414 for $10 says, let's see, going to the docks with all the boring folks or the one with the smoking hot European women? I'd go for the hot European women. Smart move, Mike. Why, thank you, Pacific 414. Mexican Iron Man tries to provide leadership. Now, sometimes Mexican Iron Man's brain will be doing the thinking and the planning. Other times, the inspiration may come from a more, how do I want to say it, groinal region? Oh no. Yep. All right, we got to answer this question. Grim asked an important question. You okay for money, Mike? No need to blow anyone. That was a good one. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay with cash right now. We're good. And we're back on Hilton Head. Guys, I landed on Hilton Head. Here's some funny stuff. So having just been in California, so I got back to Hilton Head, had to get eggs because Paul Chaddo's coming in town, got to have breakfast. So I went shopping this weekend. Guys, I got eggs for $1.35 a dozen. It was great. Large grade AA for $1.35 a dozen. Fucking awesome. How much did I spend for that? How much did I pay for that when I was just in California a couple weeks ago? Fucking $5.70 something. Now, that may not sound a lot, but it does talk about the inflation. And particularly in these trying times, I don't know why anyone would want to be a YouTuber in these inflationary times, but it is what it is. So yeah, so I am glad to be back here. Stoner Purpose Cuber says, and then Mexican Iron Man walked up to the crew chief and said, I'll take care of the check, girl. I'll be in charge. Leave the Mexican guy in charge. Yep. Leave the Mexican guy in charge. Well, let's get some scolds going for these people that give such generous super chats. This one is all for you. We're going to give you with Valhalla Comes with Ragnar. No, let's not do that one. That one's 2 minutes long. That one's too long. Let's do this one.
Spartans! What is your profession?
You keep the fires burning strong in Valhalla. My thanks to all of you who are sending in super chats, because while Loki is away, money will be needed so that when he comes back, he can play. So, all right, let's see what you guys are talking about in the chat. Anybody have any YouTube questions related to, it's Ask Me Anything Morning, everybody. It's Ask Me Anything Morning. So you can ask anything about what's going on in YouTube lands and what my opinion is on everything. Project Storytime says, why is Mikey always looking at eggs? Oh my. That's actually a very good question. I don't know. God made me this way. That's the way I am. And yeah, I'm going to say God, the Lord, made me this way, because he did. All right, let's see. Who's got our first YouTube question of the morning? This episode is brought to you by Bradisol Throat Numbing Lozenges. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Script Doctor asks, do rabbit chickens hatch from eggs? I don't know what that is. Is that a Canadian thing? Must be. Never heard of it before. Oh my God, we have a special guest star. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the great Paul Chaddo. Paul Chaddo is here with drinking his morning coffee as he's in the sun. Wait, hold on. Do I go this way? No, I go this way. Paul Chato is here to depart his. Here, let me move the microphone. Let me take off the
I'll
cowboy.
join you here.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Let me get the microphone moved here, people. We got special guests in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special VIP guest in the morning. This is the great Paul Chato, who got 100,000 subs in less than a year out of nowhere.
Because of Mike.
No, not because of Mike, but Mike helped. Mike started bitching and complaining at 99,000. My God, that was awful. 99,000.
Yeah,
Remember when you were
stuck there? You're just stuck there.
God, we were stuck at 99,000 fucking forever. It
But
felt like.
apparently that happens to everybody.
It does. It does. I tell a lot of YouTube. Hold on. Can I get a chat as Mikey breaks the microphone? Can you guys tell me? Can you hear?
I've.
Hold on. Let's see. Can you guys hear Paul? Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Test one.
Should
test
be okay.
Two. Should be.
Should be fine.
Canadians are cool, says Punk One.
Well, my son and I came down here just to clean Mike's pool.
No, no, they did not. They did not come down here to clean Mike's pool. Although Paul Chato, as I mentioned at the top of the hour in the show,
I did make breakfast.
Made breakfast. They were damn yummy, perfect, sunny, or over easy. He made me a bagel. We had our coffee. we had our morning discussion. And I got to tell you guys, it was like pulling me away from the downstairs breakfast not to come up and do this show. But I made a commitment. So, Paul, what wisdom can you give to the people out in YouTube lands about being a YouTuber?
Well, a couple things. Number one is if something isn't working, then try something else. Don't just keep sticking with it. What was the saying by Einstein? Doing something over and over again and getting no change is the definition of idiocy, or something to that effect. And and the other thing too is Mike, I'm sure, has mentioned it. YouTube is really not partial to variety. It really wants you, once you found your row to hoe, that wants you to stick with it. So my channel is actually not ideal because I don't care. I'm just here to have fun, which is why I'm down here to meet with Mike to have fun. And I'm lucky enough to not, be making a living off of YouTube. So, so to me, I have no pressure. And I know an awful lot of people out there who, if their numbers dip, freak out. And there's just not a lot you can do about it. But, the main thing is, if your channel isn't growing, I was stuck at 20,000 for 2 years. And then I came up with a former network executive, which again was another passion of mine. But again, what I could have started a entertainment channel. But then I thought, well, I have this angle. I am a former television network executive, mostly in the sitcom realm. Why not come at it from that perspective? And just the title, former network executive reaction, was the brand that solidified in people's minds. So go for the brand, go for the idea that will put a picture into people's minds, just exactly what it is that you're doing. Yeah, it's fun to have a name like Zubalicious or something like that, but then you're doing two things. You're trying to educate people what your brand name frickin' means, as fun as it might be. And number two, they're trying to figure out what it is that you do for a living. So when I came up with former network executive reaction for my Call Me Chato channel, that suddenly, I think in a year, right, hit 100,000.
Well, oddly enough, that's how I found you. I mean, I all of a sudden you started showing up on my feed, and of course I subscribed almost immediately. Well, no, I think it was immediately. I subscribed. I'm like, who the heck is this guy? And by the way, Tom and Andre, if you watch this show on the replay, I found him first.
We will be joining them later.
Yeah, we will be joining them in a couple hours later. And I remember, I can say this, it's been said to you on Midnight Edge many times, but I'll just repeat it here. We got over Midnight Edge, we got so many requests. So being a mod there and producing back last year, was over a year now. No, how long have you been going Midnight Edge? A year and a half now?
A year, at least a year.
At least a year. But I remember about starting back about a year and a half ago, something like that. It was like people were like, can you talk to Tom and Andre and get Paul Chato on the show? I'm like, I don't even know Paul Chato. I just watch his videos. Mike, you've got to get Paul Chato on Midnight. I'm like, I don't even have the guy's email address. He's in Canada. I mean, I don't know. Do they even like Mexicans up there? I don't even. It's like, how am I gonna get this done? By the way, there's a couple cute little comments here. It says Asaj Melody says, I love Paul's car videos. I give them 10 out of 10 paprika cupcakes.
Thank you. Köszönöm szépen. That's Hungarian for thank you.
We were just talking about that this morning.
Yeah.
The car video character.
Yeah, that again, there's an example of you just don't stop. You don't stop moving forward. You keep trying different things and try not to get stuck in a rut and enjoy yourself. So the car video was something I tried. It got a really good reaction. And now I'm writing a whole bunch of, I'm in a car. They're so much fun to write. But you don't get that when I was with the Frantics, we would write 100 sketches just to keep like 10 or 15.
Wow.
So for those of you out there who are like writing, one video and hoping that one video is going to be your killer video, well, you're out of your minds. At least do a 10. It's going to be a 10-to-1 ratio.
What about the people like let's talk about what you think about YouTube. People will say, oh, YouTube's against me, YouTube's suppressing me, YouTube's not sharing, YouTube wah.
Well, there's definitely topics that suddenly YouTube. I noticed it when I was making fun of the Canadian Parliament giving a standing ovation to someone who turned out to be a Nazi. I had I thought a couple of good sketches on that.
I never saw that video.
Oh, it's Hitler coming from Argentina back to Canada saying, well, if they're going to give me a standing ovation, then I might as well go to the Canadian Parliament.
Wait, I subscribed to your channel and I
see that one got shadow banned.
I watch every one of your videos. Yeah. I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
So that one.
So I never saw that.
Nah, it came in at 2 out of 10, and I'd never seen a video that just plummeted down to 8 out of 10 like in no time.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Well, you'll have to play it.
I'll have to go find it now because
it's up there.
But when you show up on my feed, I watch everything that you put out.
So my video about this fellow who looks curiously like Mr. Hilter with a piece of electrical tape on his mouth over his lip. That came in really fast, and I'd never seen anything plummet so quickly. So yeah, it got shadow banned. Now, what I don't understand about the metrics is that the interest to click on it remained high, like about a 10 or a 12 was very high, but the number of people who were clicking on it or whatever, like, I didn't quite understand. I'm not a huge science guy on this particular thing. Like I said, I don't care. I kind of follow it. So yeah, you can get sort of shadow banned on YouTube for different topics. And this time of year, October to December, I would say everyone needs to just chill out because this is when everyone's channels tank.
Right. Script Doctor says, I remember that video. It was really funny.
Yes, Script Doctor popped into my feed immediately and said he loved the sketch. So he's great. If I come up with a good sketch, he always says something nice, which I love him for. But he's a great sketch writer. So I mean, I have a huge amount of respect for.
Yeah, Script Doctor is very talented and very nice. And for those who don't know, Script Doctor will be celebrating his 13th birthday. Script Doctor is entering puberty, as you can tell by the sound of his voice. He is a young man.
Very young man.
Yes, he is a young man. He actually is in real life a young fella. Although he talks like he's like, his commanding knowledge of TV is isn't it odd?
Oh yeah, it's
because you've met him in person, like I have.
Yes. Yeah,
okay, so I mean, I haven't met him in person, but I met him I know who he is behind the avatar. He's Doogie Howser, MD. For those of you, okay, I'm going to doc Script live. He's Doogie Howser, MD from the 80s TV show.
And he lives in a Don Mills old folks home.
Right. But he's like that Benjamin Buttons character.
He's reversing.
Right. He's reverse 18. All right. So let's talk about this. What are some of your favorite YouTube channels? How did you come to the fandom? You were already on YouTube for like 10 or 20 years or something.
Yeah, I was on YouTube.
So what brought you over to how did you, Gary? And I mean, you've been on Friday Night Tights twice. And
how
did all this happen? Like, how did you come into the fandom? Who did you meet and how did all that happen?
Well, first of all, when I started the former network executive angle, it got picked up by an awful lot of people. And I have a couple of videos that kind of went viral. One, the big one was how the people on the left can go something themselves. They're usurping not just the content that the nerds and geeks created, they're also usurping the platform that we built, because it's the nerds and geeks that have built the platform that allow these assholes to complain.
Yep.
So it's not just the content that they've fucked up. Sorry, that they've.
Well, you can cuss on
Sorry,
this
no,
channel
that
for sure.
I'm trying not to. So they're you know, I'm not as, for crying out loud.
Ah!
So and so not only have they compromised the properties that we love, ironically, they're using the platform that we built that they have no idea how really to use. Or even program themselves. So that was the video. That was the big video that put me in touch with Gary and a whole bunch of other people, just adding that extra layer that this technology was built by the exact same people they hate. So they hate everything about us, but they use our technology, so they can go to hell. So that video, I'm paraphrasing that video, but that's the one that got me an awful lot of attention around, you know.
And so what's your perspective about YouTube? Like we talked a little bit about this morning, so I'm prompting you to repeat that. But when you look at YouTube and people would call you a YouTube success. You've achieved all the way. You got more than 100,000 subs, which that's statistically
very low percentage.
Is it 1 or 2% of all?
Oh, it's very low.
Or less than that, isn't it?
Unless you're in India.
Well, no, yeah, well, but globally, I think there's something like I don't know how many hundreds of millions of channels, but something like once you get above 100,000 subs, it's like 1%, right?
Yeah, it's something small. I don't know what it is.
I think it's less than 1%. I forgot. I used to have the stats or something like that. So you've done that. You've been on Friday Night Tights. You've got subs from around the world.
Midnight's Edge.
Midnight's Edge. Our humble little channel. Midnight's Edge.
It's a great channel.
Our humble.
Yeah, I love Friday Night Tights too. These are great people. I mean, it's.
What was it like? Okay, the first time you went on. Let's talk about this. Were you at all nervous the first time you went on?
I've played to hundreds of thousands of people live. This is not my life. I'm not worried about it. So
yes, this is not your life. Describe that.
Yeah. So I've got other things to do. I've got a great family, and I'm just enjoying myself. I have enough experiences, and plus I've had enough horrific business experiences that I had to dig myself out of. And I'm very proud of it. Actually, Mike and I have talked about how our lives are extremely parallel.
It's weird.
Weird, yeah.
Very weird.
We even fucked the same woman.
Wait, what? Hey, I didn't know she was 87 at the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I had no idea she was 87, okay? And I didn't check her ID. Okay,
but she was a very flexible 87.
Right. I mean, look, guys and gals, from behind that, you know, all these women wearing these yoga pants, you can't tell anymore
because they squeeze them so tight.
Right. How's Mexican Iron Man gonna know?
I think we've just started a 2-man online channel there.
It was late at night. It was dark.
Everyone was drunk.
Everyone was speaking this language I no understand. Okay, and she had a blonde hair or silver or something in the moonlight. I don't know. I don't know these things. These things just happen. Shockwave says, did he say he was part of the Frantics? I thought everybody knew you were.
Yep, I was one of the Frantics.
Well, for the benefit of everybody,
Boot to the head.
Who was the Frantics? What was the Frantics? And go.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking the people
out
there.
Who was the Frantic? So I know who they are.
So the Frantics was just another piece of my life. I graduated from Ryerson for radio, television arts, but then became a graphic designer and then quit that to become a 2-man comedy group with Rick Green, who went on to do the Red Green Show on you will have seen him probably on PBS. And he also did Prisoners of Gravity, which predated G4, was the world's first, Prisoners of Gravity was the world's first pop culture channel on comics and sci-fi. And that was a brilliant channel that Rick did. But then I joined up with Dan Redican and Peter Wildman, created the Frantics, and became, in Canada at least, a huge success. We had a show on Showtime and on CBS, and in South America, the show in Canada and the United States was called 4 on the Floor. And in South America, it was called Los Cuatros Locos en el Set, which this fellow actually saw.
Yep.
And did that for 10 years. And then I quit to become head of TV comedy. But so, yeah, the Frantics was just an absolute joyous portion of my life. It's
in those skits, you guys look like you were having so much
oh yeah
fun.
It was a great group.
And then I saw that you guys had a mini reunion.
Yep.
Where's the fourth guy?
Dan Redican is retired. Peter Wildman just finished. He was head of programming at a major radio network in Canada, and he's now done. I mean, we're all in retirement age, right?
Yeah.
So that's that's the Frantics. In the United States, we were heavily promoted by Dr. Demento, and we met him. Just the sweetest guy in the world. If you're watching or listening, I love you. We all really love you. And 2 years in a row, we were voted best comedy record for Boot to the Head, which many of you, or Taekwon Leap. So you will know us in the United States because Gary Beekler didn't know who I was. And then I was going to be on the show.
But he knew that.
No, he didn't know. He invited me just based on this show. And then I got a note from him saying, "You're the Boot to the Head." He said, really? "Oh my God." So he knew us from Dr. Demento, but he didn't make the connection. So that's fun. And I am in Canada well known as Mr. Canoehead.
Yes. In fact, Mr. Canoehead may be making an appearance on Hilton Head in a video or soon or something like that later. There are rumors and talks that Mr. Canoehead, Canada's great. Could you talk about
Canada's greatest aluminum head? Yes, so it's a guy who was portaging through Algonquin Park with an aluminum canoe, and he had a bolt of lightning in a rainstorm hit the aluminum canoe and welded it to his head, and he became Canada's greatest aluminum-headed crime fighter. And he has key, not what are slogans? What are the words called when you have those catchphrases like "Taste Gunnel, bad guys"?
Yeah.
So and I would actually on radio, because we did it first on radio, I would be speaking into an empty paint can, and it would be like, "Taste Gunnel's bad guy," and it was fantastic. Radio. It's too bad that we don't have a big enough entertainment radio network in North America, because the radio is such an incredible theater of the mind. The things you can do on radio for absolutely no money, go into space, dig to the center of the earth. You can do that on radio. And
all with the power of the spoken word.
Right. And if you remember the Firesign Theater, these are all brilliant moments. And the funny thing is, kids these days, and probably not the people online here, I don't mean to besmirch everybody, they just don't have the attention span to listen to a whole bunch of online sketch comedy. It just takes too much concentration. But I wrote a sketch called Fishing with Live Bait, where one of these fishing shows. Mike, have you ever seen those there? Well,
you watch golf, I watch fishing shows on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Sunday,
So
just let them play.
Yeah, we're out here in Mississippi. No, not Mississippi.
We're out here in Mississippi at the Bass Grandmaster Championship.
That's right. And so, I'm in Minnesota or someplace, I don't know. And with me is Cole Peaker. Howdy, nice to be here there, John. And what are we going to do today? Well, today we're going to be fishing for a largemouth bass. Oh, that sounds good. What are we using for a bait? Well, today we're going to do something different. Instead of worms, we're going to use a Bengal tiger. A what? A Bengal tiger. Oh, okay. Where we got it? Oh, got them in the back there in just those styrofoam containers. Open one up and say, oh, he's a feisty one there, John. Oh yeah, just hook him up onto that, that hook there, Cole. Oh, yeah, his claws are pretty deadly. Let me tell you, I'm gonna need some iodine for that. And okay, you got him on the hook. Yeah, but let's cast him into the lake there, Cole. So you hear the into the water. And then it's while we're waiting for the bass to bite, I'd just like to tell you our sponsor today is Norwegian Chew, the only chewing tobacco that tastes like you're gnawing on a Viking. and then you hear zit, 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 zit. Oh, looks like we got a bite. Well, reel him in. Zzz. Oh, nothing on the hook. Well, those largemouth bass, they lack nibbling the bait off the hook. They're clever. They're clever. Well, we better put some more bait on the hook. Well, we're out of Bengal tigers there, John. Well, I suggest you hook yourself on. Oh, okay. Oh, that hook in the lip is, oh, that hurts. Oh, ow. Bye, John. Ah! So you tell me how you do that on TV. Okay. You like, and I think that's a pretty funny sketch. But
great.
It's theater of the mind. Everything that I said, you could picture in your brain, and it's actually funnier in your brain than it is to see it in 3D.
That is
Right?
great. That is great. You're right. And well, I mean, but people do have the attention span for podcasting.
No. Well, they do now. The podcast they like. But I'd love to bring back radio sketch. That to me is pretty funny.
That is pretty.
As anyone
hilarious.
who grew up in the Midwest, this is an accurate portrait of us.
Yes.
Thank you, Project Storytime.
Yeah, Josh, Project Storytime. Thank you so much. It looks like we had a quick super chat one
Yeah.
here a minute ago. That was from
A bunch.
Magitech Mags. Morning, Mikey, the YouTuber, and Paul Chatto. Hello, Magitech Mags.
Hello, Vegetech Mag.
Wink, wink. Isn't she cute? Look at her picture.
It
right
is
there.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. That's her avatar. So we're gonna
Avatar.
get her a little video here. A little morning wake up. Let's do.
No, I'm actually seeing the magic behind the screen here.
You've never seen this
No,
before?
no, I don't know the interface. I don't know what you guys do back here. It's now I can see how it all.
You keep the
happen.
fires burning strong in Valhalla. Paul Chatto likes Starship Troopers.
Yeah, nobody understands the irony of it.
The whole thing is ironic,
I know.
isn't it?
And that one advertised clip where they showed, do you want to be a member of the Starship Troopers or whatever? And the little kid goes, I do. That's actually a frame-by-frame copy of Lena Riefenstahl's recruitment Nazi video.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it's a frame-by-frame duplicate of Leni Riefenstahl's
Really?
Yeah, Nazi recruitment video during World War II. And so Verhoeven, who is a European, understood that and just redid that as a put that in there as something those of us who would catch it could. So it would be like an Easter egg, right?
Wow.
Because these people were fascists.
They were.
Yeah.
Right. And then when he says, I want to be a citizen.
That's
I want to
right.
be a citizen. I want to be a citizen.
Yeah.
That's like call back to like Roman Legion stuff too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Gun Bunny says people today who's been a member for 22 months of the channel says people today don't have an imagination anymore.
You know what? I think more people do than you might think, but part of the problem is that doing stuff for TV is very difficult, and trying to exercise that imagination for radio is a great start, but there's just no outlet. At one point, Canada had an awful lot of comedy on radio. We were listened to by more than 500,000 people every single week on CBC radio.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Which really helped us, our live act, because we could perform in every soft seater across Canada. We had an audience, which was great. It was a great time.
So the interesting thing, the most interesting thing about my getting exposure to you way back when was that, remember last night at dinner, I asked you who did your translation, because when I saw you on TV, so there's different kinds of Spanish, just like there's different types of English. For example,
Right.
like some people would speak, Oxford and that type of English, or, yo, man, we out in South Central. I mean, there's just lots of different dialects out there on the planet. And when I remember watching you and your comedy show, God, was it 20 years now?
Yeah, easy. 1985.
Well, I was seeing reruns. So
yeah. So it'll be
we
later
were seeing maybe 30 years ago. But anyway, but your translate, but it was South American was
Spanish
the dialect. And so the thing is that Argentinians look like you.
Ah, yes.
So
yes.
they don't look like me.
No, they don't.
They're all like
Yep.
light skinned, European,
Yep.
and all that. So it made sense. So we, even though you could tell that the whole show was dubbed. By the way, whoever did the writing was great. Like they got your humor.
Oh, you know what?
They caught you. Like they got your humor.
They were funnier than we were.
They were hilarious.
They were hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought they nailed
Right.
our stuff fantastically well.
Right. I thought they did a great. They did a great job. That's why when you showed up on YouTube, sometime I'm like, this guy's been in the entertainment industry. I'm like, who would hire? And so the thing you got to say is like, it would be like, who would hire? I don't know, Carlos Mencia, George. I'm filling the blank. Fluffy. You know, I don't know who would hire them to be a network TV executive. It's just very different doing stand up. You know what I mean? I'm like.
So
wow.
when we did Friday Night Tights for the first time, one of the things you do as a professional writer is that you prepare something. You don't just go on and blather. And so every time I've been on there, I have prepared a gag just to get started, and that really, I think they appreciated the fact that I had prepared something at least to get the get things going.
Isaj Melody says Argentina is the whitest country in South America.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Yeah. Although what with the economic problems currently happening in Argentina, Mexican Iron Man, ladies and gentlemen, on This Morning with Paul Chato by my side, we got about a few minutes left before we sign off. I want to announce that Mexican Iron Man is going to do his part in the economic global crisis affecting Argentina. What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, here on Hilton Head Island is that any smoking hot babes that are from Argentina that want to live the American dream, Mexican Iron Man will offer safe harbor.
I think that's a great idea.
Safe harbor here on Hilton Head, Paul
Just for
Shadow.
hot Argentinian women.
Yes, smoking hot Argentinian women need to have resources.
Yeah, they have to bring their own stuff, and don't bring any of your own kids.
Yes. So we have to. Mexican Iron Man is going to provide safe harbor here on Hilton Head Island. I'll have a website, ladies. We will need at least 10 photos uploaded, video, minimum of 2 videos, and then there will be a criminal background check, which is very light. The hotter you are, the less time we invest in checking and stuff like that. Dean Krantz says, for $10, thank you, Dean Krantz. Paul, that was why I hated the movie Starship Troopers. Verhoeven admitted that he did not read the book and just used the title. The movie is my first example of how Hollywood destroyed the source of the comic book.
No, the Heinlein book. So, okay, well, first of all,
I don't know what he's talking about here.
Yeah, so this is from the title is from Starship Troopers, and I can understand that. That's not a. I think that's a legitimate complaint. The book, though, he must have read it because it was very pro-militaristic, and the movie was anti-militaristic. So unless someone had read a précis to him, there was, but the thing is, how much of iRobot, the book, was in iRobot, the movie with Will Smith. So it's not something, Hollywood has done this like forever. Look what Spielberg did with the Minority Report. That movie was a piece of shit. So compared to the book, Philip K. Dick book. But on the other hand, look what happened to the other Philip K. Dick book with sheep that got turned into that seminal sci-fi movie with Blade Runner. So Blade Runner was very, did not have a lot to do with Philip K. Dick's original book. But the bottom line is, if the movie ends up working, great. That's really the only rule. I don't know what to say to that.
Well, that's what Hollywood is often want to do. And I want to thank Dean Krantz, Mags, and everybody else who's sitting in
Thank you, Dean.
The last round of super chats. And this is going to be our last skull of the morning. And then we're going to say ciao to everybody. All righty. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. Oh, no. Paul Chato got hit with an arrow. Oh, no. Paul. Oh, he's okay, everybody. He's going to live.
Acting.
And in 2 hours, we will be on Midnight's Edge in the morning with Tom and Andre and the crew. We're going to make a surprise joint appearance. We're going to pipe in from the satellite here on Hilton Head. And
we're going to make one giant joint and appear.
Yes, we're gonna make one giant joint of pill. Thanks everyone for joining us, and have a great day.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Thanks for showing up. Woo!